Hey, so in today's video, I will be talking about how you can start your own lead generation agency and start it and get it to $10,000 per month. So I'm actually on the beach right now and I have this mic, so hopefully you can still hear me clearly. The tide is really strong. It's kind of loud as well. But in today's video, I'm going to break this down into two sections. The first is going to be more of a tactical do this. This is a strategy. How do you actually do it? And the second part is what I think is going to be way more valuable, which is the intangibles behind how to actually get to 10K per month. So starting from the top, right? As a lead generation agency, basically what you're doing is you're working with B2B companies, helping them get more customers and get more clients. You're essentially generating leads on their behalf. And as a specific business model, it's a service-based business, meaning you're selling a service and you're charging thousands of dollars, and that's how you actually make money. Right? Typically for lead generation agency clients, you're typically able to charge anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, meaning in order to actually get to $10,000 per month, you don't need 100 clients. You really only need somewhere between, I'd say three to five clients, depending on your pricing structure and how much you're charging, how comfortable you are with charging a high number, right? So you don't need a lot of clients. But really, as a service-based business, this is relevant to any service-based business, whether you're selling Facebook ads, website design, SEO, doesn't really matter. There's only three main components to do that. The first one is traffic generation. Getting a lot of traffic and people who know about who you are, what you have for sale, and how you can help them. That's all it is, right? Generating traffic. Once you're generating traffic, after that, it's all about how do you build trust and showcase that you're an expert, right? There's probably a lot of other people who are selling the exact same service as you. How do you stand out from everyone else? There's a lot of people selling lead generation services, a lot of people selling Facebook ads, but why would a business want to work with you specifically and not John or Peter, who also sells the exact same thing for a similar price point, who helps basically the same group of people? That's the next part. And the third part is sales, right? So you get all these people on the sales call, these prospects. How do you actually turn those people who are interested in what you have and basically get them to pay you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? That's a sales. Now, it's very, very simple and you do not need to overthink it. The largest problem that people have is they overthink this entire thing. For traffic generation, that's probably the easiest part. There's really only so many ways to generate traffic, really, right? There is cold outbound, there's paid ads, and there's organic. Those are the main three ones. There's obviously a couple other stuff, but those are the three main channels to generate interest. Now, the easiest as a complete beginner is 100% cold outbound. So that is basically you reaching out to some random people who do not know who you are and explaining what you do and seeing if they're interested. So I talk a lot about cold emails. I personally think cold emails is the best way and the easiest way for any beginners to generate interest and traffic onto their service. Very, very simple stuff, right? Basically, volume negates luck. The second way is paid ads, right? You're spending money with like Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever the case is, and you're essentially trading your money for attention. But obviously, in order for paid ads to work effectively, you need to spend thousands of dollars, right? Usually, people think that they could just put an ad, spend $500 and expect results. That's not how it works, right? Most people that I know personally who are hyper successful with paid ads, they're spending tens of thousands of dollars as testing before they even make their first sale. So unless you have 10, 20, 30 grand sitting in the bank ready to potentially lose it all, paid ads is probably not the best for beginners. And the third method is organic. So even this YouTube video is technically organic content, right? Reels, TikToks, that's organic content. And that works really well. You're not really trading your money, but there's an element of it where you just have to create a lot of pieces of content and essentially hope that one of them blows up and brings you a lot of traffic and a lot of attention onto what you sell. Those are the three ways. And obviously, organic is a really, really good method, but it's very unreliable. And unless you have a lot of time to create a lot of content, that might not be the best path forward. So that really leads us with one option, which is cold outbound, which is specifically cold emails, right? Or cold LinkedIn or cold calling. So it turns out my mic wasn't actually recording. I was just recording the audio off of the camera that I'm using right now. Hopefully it still works, but the mic is on now. So hopefully it'll be better in terms of the audio quality. But anyways, as I was saying, for beginners, the number one method, the number one channel to generate traffic has to be cold outbound. Because essentially what you're doing, you could do this by yourself if you really wanted to. You're just sending a bunch of messages. And in a way, the most important thing about outbound is volume negates luck. If you reach out to 10,000 businesses, you're gonna get one of them to bite. But if you only reach out to 20 of them, yeah, you might not hear from any of those 20 people, right? That's just the way it works. And people like to overthink this, but cold traffic, cold outbound traffic, literally all you have to focus on is sending a lot of relevant messages that hits on relevant pain points, things that people actually care about. You obviously have to do research. You're not spamming a million people saying the same generic thing because that's not gonna go that well. You have to do research. And on this channel, I talk a lot about cold emails. I personally think cold emails is the best. There's a lot of different channels specifically under cold outbound. There's cold emails, there's cold DMs, so LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, cold calling. But obviously cold calling requires a level of skill that you're just gonna have to develop over time. You're not gonna be able to pick that up overnight. I personally think cold emails is the best. And the reason why is because there's not really any limits. Obviously for cold emails, there's safe sending limits, as in you can't just set up an email account and start blasting 10,000 emails tomorrow because you land in the spam or that junk folder. But if you do that with like social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, you will get blocked 100%. And the process to set up a new Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn is pretty annoying, right? It takes a lot of time. You gotta optimize the profile, do all of these random things. So that's why I think cold emails is the best. And people really like to overthink this, but again, right, all you have to focus on for cold outbound is volume, relevancy, and making sure you're actually reaching out to the right people. That's all it is. Once you have that traffic, you gotta nurture those people. Meaning, just because you tell someone that you could go out and help them sign 5 clients does not mean that they're ready to pay you $5,000 right now. That's just not the way it works. You gotta prove your expertise, your authority. And how do you do that? Well, the best way to do that is with what I call a video sales letter. And again, people really overcomplicate this process, but it's super, super simple. Essentially, all you're doing is you're putting together a 20 to 30 minute long video explaining who you are, explaining what you do, how you discovered this, and how it will work for people. And basically, there's different ways to do it specifically, right? You could teach people, you could keep it more high level, you could test all these different things, but that's essentially what a video sales letter is. It's a video sales letter. You're selling your services over a pre-recorded video that you're able to send to 1,000 people or 2,000 people. And I like to put that on YouTube because of the evergreen nature. And finally, the third component of it is sales, right? Now, this is the component that a lot of people kind of really struggle because they kind of overthink sales. When people think of sales, they think of that slimy, high-pressured car salesperson, but that isn't exactly what you want to do. Because if you're generally helping people who have a problem, you need to sell them because they have a massive problem and they are looking for a solution. And if you're able to provide that solution, then they'll be very, very happy that you sold them, right? Specifically for B2B, which is what a lead generation agency is. It's not necessarily high pressure selling as it is more of a consultative type of selling where you're asking good probing questions to understand what someone's problems are and if you could potentially help them. That's literally all it is, right? Keep it simple. Don't, go into it. There's a lot of different sales strategies, different types of YouTube videos that you can watch to learn about sales. But really, in the beginning, if you're taking your very first sales call, just focus on the basics. Start with introducing yourself. Show genuine curiosity onto who the prospect is, what their business does, what do they sell, who do they help, and explain to them this is how you can help them, right? What are the problems right now? How are they currently generating clients? And why your specific method, which if you're selling lead generation as a service, why cold emails is superior to whatever it is that they're doing, right? Why it's superior than paid ads? I literally explained it in the beginning of this video. Or why superior to outbound? Why superior than word of mouth, right? I explained that literally in the first maybe like 2 minutes of this video. That's what you want to do on the sales call. Keep it very, very simple. Now that's the tactical side of the video and hope you found that part valuable. Again, I talked about it really high level. I have a bunch of YouTube videos on my channel talking specifically about all of these things I just talked about. How to cold email, how to build video sales letters, how to conduct sales calls. I'm not going to be talking more about that in this video. The second aspect to actually get your lead generation agency, start the lead generation agency and get it to $10,000 per month is the more intangible stuff. And this is what this is literally what I believe. And I don't want to make it sound like all woo-woo and all this random stuff, but it literally just comes down to your beliefs. The hardest part is going from 0 to 10K because most people, when they first start a business, they might be working a job, they might be in school, they might be doing all these other things and they're not looking themselves as a business owner, right? They don't have that belief, that mindset of a business owner. So that's why the hardest part is going from 0 to 10K. because you're essentially taking what you believe right now and changing your entire belief systems and your entire mindset into becoming a business owner, into becoming a person who can legitimately make money, right? Who can legitimately go out, sell a random service, sell lead gen services, Facebook ads, web design, charge thousands of dollars and make money from that, right? That's a skill set by itself. But more importantly, it's a mindset transformation, right? That's the most important thing. And that's the hardest part for most people to do. Because the other thing is a lot of people, they want to start a business. They want to make money. I mean, who doesn't, right? I want to make more money too. But you have to understand that you right now, you are not the type of person who will be making 10K per month. Because if you are that person, then you'll be doing it right now, right? I want to make $1 million in a single month, but I like to believe that I'm that person, but the truth is I'm not. Because if I was that person who was capable of making $1 million a month inside of my business, I'd be making $1 million a month right now. I'm just simply not that person, right? I don't have the level of skill sets. I don't have the belief systems. I'm just not that guy who's able to make $1 million per month. Now, how do I go and become that guy? Well, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. But by far, the easiest way is to find a mentor. Find someone who is making $1 million a month. Find someone who's making $10,000 per month or more and get them to teach you. Work with them, learn directly from them. That's the easiest way to do this. And I'm not even saying that for the purposes of selling, my own programs or consulting programs or telling you to work with me. There's other people on YouTube, on the internet, talking about how to start a lead generation agency. There's other people talking about how to do cold emails. You can learn from them too. It doesn't really matter. The point is the quickest way by far to learn something, get results, is to find someone who's ahead, ideally doing what you want to do, and learn directly from them. That's the easiest way. And the reason why is because when it comes to, again, right, whatever goal it is, right? If I wanted to go and learn how to cook a steak, I don't really know how to cook right now, but if I wanted to go and I'm serious about learning how to cook a steak, I could go and do that myself. But realistically, I'm probably gonna take many months, many weeks, many attempts at cooking steak, and it probably wouldn't be that good. But if I went out and learned directly from someone who's really, really good at cooking steak, I might not get it the first go, but I definitely get it really, really quickly. And that's the exact same thing in business, right? When you're trying to learn something, learn a skill, you need to find someone who is doing what you want to do and learn directly from them. That's the ultimate, quickest way in order to achieve any success in this world. Because again, back to what I literally said earlier, if you're the type of person who has the ability to make 10K per month, you'd literally be doing it right now. But the reason you're not, the reason you're stuck at $0, you're stuck at 3K, 5K, whatever the case is because you're not the guy who could make $10,000 per month. You're just not that person yet. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? No one's born in this earth ready to, just able to make money. There's actually a dog barking at me. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about in this video. This is literally how you go from 0 to 10K per month with your own lead generation agency. Now, the first link in the video below is a link to a step-by-step video that I actually put together talking about how you can start your own lead generation agency and successfully sign your first client. I share literally everything that I know. So click that link, take a look at that video. If you like this specific video, make sure you drop me a like, make sure you drop me a subscribe, and see you in the next one. See ya.